Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to IEM New York City. Here we are in the next game. Oh, here we are. Axel Toss and Axel here. Of course, we're live from the MLG offices in New York City.
Yes.
And we're casting some IEM New York City.
That's right. Of course, we've seen a lot of awesome games here.
Yep.
Son looked absolutely dominant against Snoot. And Snoot's one of the best Korean players.
Yeah.
And Son actually just totally stomped him.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I'm just going to open these builds and you're going to die to them before I can even show my
Dude, Son
truth.
is so good at that. You underestimate him, but he'll just 2-0 one of the best players in the world. That's what he did.
No sweat at all. So
shout out to Naniwa,
yes.
by the way. He's enjoying some sushi, which is great, which is fantastic. But we should get into this next game.
Really quick, can we show the brackets that are up on this match real quick? Just the one bracket that this is the only one we care about right now. So Son advanced 2-0 versus Snoot.
Yep.
The match we're about to jump into, in fact, it just started right now, is Hack versus SWS. Now you kind of see the perspective. SWS beat the Muslim.
Yep.
Hack beat Hendridisk. Let's jump right into this game. The winner of this will play Son.
Son 2-0 Snoot,
yes.
by the way. That wasn't on the bracket.
They'll be updated next time.
Yep.
Of course, the winner of this match will play Son. The winner of that match will advance straight into stage 2.
Group stages,
now,
which will start tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, it is a double elimination format. So, for example, Snoot, who lost to Son, he's not out of it. And loser of this isn't totally out of it, but they will have to win like 2 or 3 matches in a row. It's going to be a very, very tough uphill battle. On to the match at hand, though. This is a very big one. If you win this, you're one best of 3 short of going straight to stage 2.
And this is the guy we saw earlier today.
Yes.
Who defeated one Muslim.
Exactly. One Benjamin Baker was defeated at his hands.
Yep.
One notch on the belt. Can he add another? This guy is the blue Protoss in the upper left-hand location, SWS.
Look out. Look out for this guy. Great up-and-coming North American talent. Took out the Muslim. Who knows how far he'll go. Of course, he's going up against this player in the bottom right-hand location of Whirlwind Ladder Edition. He is your Red Terran player, Hack.
And you know what?
Startail. Yep.
SWS has abilities practice. I can tell you that because he did it against
the Muslim.
I'm sure he practiced it before that as well.
Let me guess. Let me give a guess here. Proxy Stargate.
It could be.
I'm going to throw it out there, man.
So, and what's interesting here is we can see the differences because he's doing the exact same build he did against the Muslim. You 9 scout, you can eliminate one location they're not in, and then, of course, you proxy the gate between the other 2. Or if you find them there, you can actually proxy the gate even closer. Probably at their 3rd base is where you would proxy
Will it work is the question.
That is a big question. And what's really interesting here is Hack opened the exact same way the Muslim did with Command Center first.
Sure.
So we can kind of see, will Hack attempt to deal with this differently than the Muslim did? There are some differences, though, because the Muslim did Command Center first straight to factory, right? So he had Widow Mines at his disposal, but he had less Marines. Now, Hack went Command Center first into 3 barracks, which, of course, he can have a lot more Marines at his disposal, but he will not have those Widow Mines, which can help out quite a bit as well. So, and we'll have to see the reactions. We saw the Muslim. Yeah, he built a bunker and he canceled it. He tried to defend his main base and the low ground at the same time, and he just got totally overrun by SWS. But Hack, he's
scouting those 3 Marines.
Of course, this is
he sees it,
and he immediately runs away.
He sees the Oracle too, which is very important.
Super. He knows exactly what's going on, and he's actually going to build a bunker in the front, but he's also going to be totally prepared in his main as well. He's already rallying some Marines back to group up in his main. Once you have 5 or 6 Marines, you can push for the Oracle without a problem. And of course, this is a reaction to his SCV scout. He identified the fact that there was not a Nexus. That's all he saw, and then the Stalker took him out. But he did get up basically almost to the main base and see no Nexus.
Yep.
He's like, something weird is going on here. I'm going to go ahead and scout.
So there's already a turret going down in the main base. Now,
yes.
From SWS's perspective, how do you feel about this decision to go for this early Stargate play across the map?
I mean, it's clearly something he's practiced. He did it against the Muslim. He actually destroyed the Muslim with this build.
He did. That was game 2. Yep.
And what's interesting is it was even a case where the Oracle actually didn't do too much damage to the Muslim, but it was the follow-up that killed him.
Look at this. That's a pretty good micro.
Yeah, he's controlled the Oracle fairly well. Only got 2 SCV kills, which is not as many as he wanted. But the difference is that Hack is just reacting super, super safe against this. He's keeping all the units in the low ground, which he can do because he has the missile turret in the main, and he's building 2 additional bunkers. Now, the follow-up from SWS does include Void Rays, which once they turn on their prismatic alignment, of course, they can take down a bunker fairly quickly. But with 3 bunkers and this many Marines,
like the difference between playing
here we go.
DeMuslim and Hack here, DeMuslim had only 1 bunker.
Yes.
Now Hack here has 3.
And DeMuslim only had 3 Marines on a low ground and 2 Widow Mines.
Yep.
And Hack, of course, he attacks slower, so he has more Marines. But he also doesn't have DeMuslim had about 6-7 Marines in the main base. Hack, because he has the missile turret, he can put 100% of his army in the low ground.
Yep.
Now, here SWS comes up the ramp.
He's gonna let's see how this changes. 2 Void Rays gonna target 1 bunker. It looks like he's trying to run by.
Yeah.
Is that gonna work out? 1 Void Ray falling, and every Void Ray is so important. 2 Void Rays gone. Stalker's gonna get surrounded by Stalkers, or by Marines, excuse me, and SCVs.
And I don't think Hack is going to have any problem cleaning this up.
Yeah.
You know, one thing you guys there at home to notice that Hack did that really was super important in this engagement, he focus fired the bunkers on the Void Rays. Of course, a lot of people who are just new to the game may not know you can actually focus fire the bunkers if you select and hit attack.
Yep.
But that was huge. Taking those Void Rays out first, those are the bigger threats. Stalkers, SCVs can just surround and deal with. And another run by attempt from SWS, but there's just so many Marines.
Hack is doing a great job here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is the exact same strategy SWS used against DeMuslim on this map. And we can already see the difference. At this point,
DeMuslim killed like 1 unit the whole game.
Yeah,
right?
at this point in that game, it'd be
was
over
over.
already.
Yeah,
it was over. But here, Hack, he still has 2 bunkers up at his natural expansion and 8 Marines there.
To be fair, this is kind of over as well. But it's over in the opposite
direction. So let's talk about the main distinctions between the way DeMuslim played this and the main Hack played the way Hack played this, as far as being able to prepare and adjust based on what his opponent was doing.
Well, you know, a lot of it. Well, I mean, okay, Stalkers can get.
These are dead.
Yeah, they're trapped and dead.
See his Stalkers.
I mean, SWS is going to keep trying with good micro. Maybe you can try to make a game out of it, but it's pretty much done for. There's going to be, you know, even medevac at some point. Stim's almost done. There's still a lot of production here. One of the main differences, both players identified the fact it was something fairly cheesy, fairly early. They scouted, saw no nexus. Both players did that.
Yep.
Hack's reaction was immediately to know, okay, at this time in the game, I actually have about at least a minute before attack hits me. I'm going to use that minute to scout around my base and see if I can
with
get...
those Marines.
Exactly.
That we saw scout that Stargate.
And get 100%, you know, get a chance to know exactly what type of cheese it is, because that's important, right? If you can know it's a Stargate or not, you can get that turret up. Now, DeMuslim instead, he already started going panic mode defense about a minute early, and then it kind of got a little awkward. He never, and then even when he identified the build, he kind of was a little bit wishy-washy. Whereas Hack was just instantly.
He had the perfect
Yeah.
responses. SWS realizing the situation, he's like, okay, Hack, you had a great defense. I can't break it. You did a great job identifying what I was doing. And SWS is like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
GG.
I mean, really, there was not a moment's hesitation, or Hack didn't know how to deal with that. And you know what's interesting? Nano and I were talking about this earlier. Korean players are not at all afraid to cheese. They cheese way more than the non-Korean players in general. And so Hack has seen that proxy Oracle build a million times before. It's actually really big on the Korea ladder.
Like, he probably does that Marine move out to that third base every time that situation
Exactly.
occurs.
He's like, command center first. I scout in the nexus. This is what I do. I check for the most likely location of proxy Stargate. Now, why do you send the 3 Marines to the bottom and not the right side? Because SCV already scouted top right, knew there was, like, he had everything mapped out 100%. He knew the potential proxy locations.
So good, man.
It's just, he's played versus that build and practiced versus it a million times. Like, and that's one of the Korean mindsets. If they lose to, they lose to cheeses a lot because they cheese a lot, right? Everyone does. And what happens is, instead of thinking, oh, I need to adjust my build, like, they'll say, how can I identify that faster without crippling my build against other things? What small adjustments can I make? How can I adjust more decisively and
what's
quickly?
the least amount of money I can spend to fend this off?
And he fended off easily. Like,
it wasn't an issue.
It wasn't an issue at all. That was actually a really, really impressive display.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What does SWS do in Game 2?
Whew. I don't know, man.
Because he's literally been trying these cheese builds.
Yep.
But now I feel like he tried this against Hack. It didn't even work.
And if you notice, Hack also went command center first on the high ground.
Yeah.
So remember how game 1 he tried to proxy gateway against...
That's the whole idea behind that, getting the natural expansion command center.
Exactly. And if against an opponent who goes command center first on the high ground, proxy gate will lose like 99% of the time. At least if it's a top Korean player who knows how to defend it right.
Does SWS try to push it to a mid game or late game against Hack? Or in game 2, does he go for an early cheesy build?
I don't know, man. I feel like he's almost... I think he has to play his normal macro game. I think, like, trying to... Against these top Korean pros, you can mix in a couple cheese builds, but, like, they're so good against
like, they see it all the time.
Exactly.
They ladder literally 12 hours a day.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, how do I react to this? It's, oh, ha, I know what you're doing.
Oh, I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'll prepare perfectly.
Yeah.
We'll see, though, guys. Hack is up 1-0 against SWS and IEM NYC. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Game 2 between Hack and SWS. Don't go anywhere.